Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmic. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am so glad that each and every one of you are here. My name is Devon, and I'll be doing a collective message today. So, with that, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. All right, let's get into this. Okay, apparently that one wanted to come out. Righty dokie. Really quick, thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support on the channel. The like, shares, comments, subscribes, and of course the donations all do help out. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you're interested in a personal reading from me, you can find that information in the description box below. Let's get into it. The first, yeah, okay. I saw that one under the first one that came out. Okay. Else. Oh shit. All right. So the first card that came out was resolution. Now, what this is talking about is this is talking about oftentimes it's inner child healing. That's really what comes up through this card. There is it's the energy of forgiving certain people and situations from your past. And that doesn't mean that you're going to give certain people access again. That doesn't mean that you're going to forget. That doesn't mean that all is forgiven, all is well, you can be a part of my life. It's you're forgiving certain things that happened so that you can bring back that part of yourself. And it's no longer, negatively impacting your life, really. When we walk around with a lot of unhealed wounds, it turns into the shadow aspect, and then it comes out in undesirable ways. Um, so there's a lot of healing. And then we've got the stuck card. So this is, it's just like what it sounds like. It's feeling stuck. But the thing is this card is it's not like sometimes we're in a divine holding pattern and we're not able to do certain things because we need to do this first or that first or heal this or process through this or change our vibration. And sometimes, we'll be in that divine holding pattern because the divine is working on what we're aligning with, right? So this is people, places, things, opportunities, all that jazz. What this card is talking about is being stuck, but it's and maybe this is part of this healing is seeing that you you have what it takes to get out of this energy. And ultimately it's on this card, it's depicting it's a girl and there's a reflection of her in this water, but she's looking away. And so in that kind of imagery, if she were to just look down and see herself and then see herself clearly, it would change the energy and unstick the energy. We've also got the spider web imagery on here that's really kind of standing out to me, and that's kind of feeling trapped. Feeling trapped and stuck in a situation, but not realizing that you have what it takes to get yourself out of that situation. And with this reversal here, this is the equivalent of the tower in tarot. This is a major card. This is like foundational shifts. It can be a complete 180. It's major. It's major life-changing stuff. And so for some of you, there was some tower moments, some life-changing things that happened that was divinely orchestrated, because that's the thing with this card and the tower. This is divine intervention. And so when we go through these shifts and these changes, it's brought to us by the divine, whether we are consciously at the human level enjoying it or not is that depends on the type of tower moment you're receiving. Sometimes it's going to be stuff that feels, it shakes your foundation. So this is not something that's subtle. This is not something that's like, oh, now you go to work an hour later and you get off an hour later, like something a little bit more minor. This is like a job change. This is a house move. This is a job loss. This is a job opportunity. This is, bankruptcy. This is winning the Powerball. This is, I mean, it's major life changing stuff. And sometimes this energy can also show up in clarity in certain things where we realize, like, oh, this childhood wound has caused me to live my life in this certain way. And now that I've healed it, I don't operate my life that way anymore. Like, it's major. And oftentimes with these, you can like think back and be like, there was a time before that thing and after that thing. Like, it's pretty major. This is, this is a divorce, this is a marriage, this is meeting your person, like your perfect person. This is aligning with a soul friend that becomes your best friend for the rest of your life. It's that kind of stuff. And so with this, um I mean, this is big energy. It really, really is. Um, so this is current energy. Okay. So this reversal card is current energy. Okay. Being called to clarify it with this deck. Give me just a second. We gets to shuffle. Gots to shuffle. Gets to shuffle. I just got an interesting message off of this resolution card. So on here it depicts like your childhood home. So maybe for some of you, you've been like literally driving back to a location where something major happened. And then there's like a healing or a grieving that's taking place by being at that location. Um, so that's a little side message for some of you. Okay, let's go on with this reversal. Reunion. Soul family. Oh, wow. Okay. Um, okay. Well, I'm gonna say it. This is a positive, happy tower moment. We've got reunion and soul family. Like, that's pretty self-explanatory. So this reversal that's happening, that's literally going to change your life, and I'm getting this is for the better. So this is one of those things that's like you're gonna look back and there's going to be, this is like marking a um uh fuck, hold on. I just sidetracked myself. Hold on. Um get it together. All right. Sometimes I just trail off. Okay, hold on. Pull back in. Anyways, what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. So this is going to be one of those moments or situations where it was like before this happened and then after this happened. And so I'm getting like you are on the precipice of reuniting with somebody from your soul family. Um very high level soul connection is what's coming through. And it's a reunion. It's a full reunion. So this isn't just reconciliation and healing. This is reconciliation, healing, and then reuniting. Which that normally means like this is going to be a person that is in your life for an extended period of time in a substantial way. So for some of you, it might be like this person is in your life for the rest of your life from this point moving forward. For others of you, it might be, a significant chunk of time. It's just going to depend, but it's a full reunion. Um, then we've got learn. What that's talking about. Um, both ways. Okay. What's coming through is that there's something here when you reunite with this person that's soul family, it is going to change your life. And the energy that I'm feeling is like it's going to change your life in ways that you want it to change. Like this is very much I'm getting okay, this is a weird energy. This is going to be very, very specific. Um, because I just heard 90-10. And then, okay, so hold on, let me explain. So there's this energy here for some of you. Maybe this is just one of you. It's just going to depend. Take this if it resonates. You are being called to reunite with somebody. And you are thinking that it's like a 90% chance this person does not want to have this reunion energy and like 10% that they do. So there's a part of you that feels like you do have an option here to reunite with this person, but it's like you're thinking that it's a very small percentage that this is actually going to go the way you want. And then what you're about to learn as a result of doing this is it's actually like the flipped. So it's actually like 10% that this person would not want this after like talking to you again or whatever. And like 90% they're on board. So so that's something that you might learn. Um, and then there's also this energy as well of like you and this person teaching each other different things. So that could be in all sorts of ways. But it's yeah, it's like you coming together and like this is what I've learned and this is what I know. And then this person's like, this is what I've learned and this is what I know. And you're teaching and learning from each other, which is a beautiful that's a beautiful connection, really. And there's not like that ego where it's like, "Oh, you know how to do that? Well, ugh." It's very much like, "Oh, shit, you know how to do that? Well, teach me. Like, teach me what you know." And then, vice versa. Like, this is there's a childlike energy coming through here. And yeah, so there's something here. For some of you, this is a person that, I just heard it heals your inner child. That's profound. This is definitely a person where your inner child is safe to come out around this person, completely safe. And vice versa. Like, this is a very mutual type connection. So you provide a sense of safety and security for this person's inner child to come out and play as well. And then there's like I'm hearing like there's so much for you two to learn from each other. This is really beautiful. Um, okay. Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean, there's literally not another fucking card in this deck that could clarify that any better. Okay. But I'm being guided to read this, so give me just a second. But I was asking to clarify the stuck card. And so what this is talking about is, um, well, it says temptation, but I'm not getting that this person, this isn't that type of energy. Hold on. Okay. So for some of you, regardless if this is romantic or platonic, because I'm getting both threads of energy, there's definitely a romantic thread of energy for some of you, but it's both. It's platonic. But this is like reconciliation in reuniting from somebody from your past. For some of you, yeah, there's the communication. For a lot of you, you've had past lives with this person as well, and this is somebody from your soul family. So you're gonna have a soul resonance with them. There's gonna be this level of ease and understanding with this person at that soul level. And what this is saying is that for some of you, you could have found yourself in a lot of relationships, platonically or romantically, where it was just kind of shallow, surface level. Very much like I'm getting the energy of, okay, so you could be somebody who feels things very deeply, and then it could be one of those things where it's like you could be going through an emotional fucking storm internally, but then put on a face where you're smiling and people are like, "Hey, how's it going?" You're like, "Oh, it's good." And then nobody knows, nobody picks up on the fact that you're going through like internal fucking turmoil. In this type of connection, this person is the opposite. Like you could smile and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm good." And then this person's going to be like, "Really?" Okay. Well, If you would like to talk about it, I'm here. It's that kind of energy. Like they're not going to push and pry, but this person's going to know. They're going to know you're going through an internal storm. And then it's interesting because I feel like you see this person that same way too. So, and that's partly because of the soul connection. And then also I'm getting like this very like you and this person are very like intuitive. I just heard wise beyond your years. You could have been called an old soul for, most of your life. And then this person is too. So it's like this person and you can see each other. Maybe some of you have similar core wounds that you experienced, childhood shit that you went through. Like there's certain things here where it's like you see this person, you get them, you understand them. And it's not like they need to talk to you about all of the hurt and stuff in their childhood or younger years, whatever, and vice versa. It's just this person can see it and just knows. And then it's the same thing for you. Um, okay, and then what else? There was something else in here. Um, Part of what could have been keeping you stuck, but I don't feel like this is current energy, is kind of a victim mentality. And I feel like that is something that has really changed for you, where you've really started to take your power back and understand your sovereignty and it's understanding how powerful you really are as a human. And that's not saying that, it's better than or less than anybody else. It's just understanding like, wait a minute. I've been taught some shit that's not really true. Societally and it's passed down through generations, through our families and so on and so forth. And then you get to a point where you start to understand and realize and have the awareness of like, hold on, it's all subconscious programming, and I don't have to live life this way anymore if I don't choose to. And then it's one of these like that's part of this is really, with this resolution card. And maybe that's part of this learning card as well. Maybe you've been learning how to pull out of victim mentality, how to release those limiting beliefs, how to change your subconscious programming. Maybe you're listening to subliminal affirmations, doing those kinds of things, reinforcing positive mental talk instead of like, "Oh, that's not for me," and blah, 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 blah. It's, "Wait a minute, maybe it is for me." Because sometimes it starts a little bit small like that, like, "Well, maybe. Maybe it is for me," and there's a little glimmer. And then like, "Well, maybe I still could do that thing." And then you snowball in that direction, and then your whole life can change. And it will, the more you let it snowball in the other direction and really change those limiting beliefs and release some of that. It's not really, it's releasing the limiting beliefs and then changing your subconscious programming because, our subconscious works kind of like a computer where it's you program it. So it's like who's programming your subconscious mind? Is it media? Is it social media? Is it, mainstream music, things like that? Or are you consciously reprogramming your subconscious mind with different stuff? And there's so many ways you can do this. So that could be something else. And as a result of this, it's like you've done some internal work, you've changed your vibration, and now you're ready to reunite with somebody that you have a very deep soul connection with, and you're in the energy of like you're ready for it now is what I'm hearing. And so this could be a very deep friendship. This could be somebody that you're going to work with. And then obviously there is absolutely the romantic connection as well. And for some of you this is a life partner. So it's going to be all of the above. Like this person and you have what it takes to be each other's best friend, lover, um and even like business partner, work together, that kind of thing. So, that's really profound. The thing is, oftentimes to get out of this stuck energy, what it requires is a leap of faith. And so that could be something that you're being called to do. And so this could be sometimes these reversals happen to us. And then sometimes we are guided to do the reversal and take action to cause the reversal. So it'll be like an action based thing that changes our life. So, applying for a job and then going to the interview and then getting the job. That's all action based. That's you choosing to do this reversal moment. Same thing here, because I'm getting this as, obviously like another person. So I'm getting that for some of you, what you're really being called to do is to take action towards this, and that's going to relieve this stuck energy. And it's really going to just have such a profound effect on your energy in such a beautiful, positive way. There's also this energy here of you getting clarity. Um, yeah, okay, so I was guided to just like pick up the deck randomly, like halfway through, and we've got seeing the bigger picture. So it's like, as a result of doing this, you're going to see things from a different perspective. You're going to understand it in a deeper way. You're going to get clarity on things that maybe you thought were completely unrelated to this entire situation. I paused it really quick to kind of tap in and get a little bit of clarity because I want to make sure that I'm addressing all of the threads of energy coming through. So, what I asked was, are there people in this collective who are going to be reuniting with people that they haven't met in this lifetime? And it's kind of like a no and then a yes. So if you're here and you're resonating with this, this is a message for somebody who is consciously being called to reunite with somebody that you have met in this lifetime. Then after you reunite with this person, what it's going to do is it's energetically going to open you up to magnetizing in other soul family. So if this is like a romantic person that you're being called towards, and then you reunite with them, energetically it's going to shift you to where then you're calling in soul friends. And then if this is the reverse of that, same kind of thing. So if this is a friend that you're being called to reconnect with that is soul family that you had a good relationship with, maybe there was a falling out, maybe it was just life, did the life thing and you lost touch, whatever it is. If this is a friend, then I feel like what it can do is it can open you up to a romantic soul connection later on down the road. I feel like for a lot of you, this is a romantic connection, but there is like a platonic energy as well. Maybe for some of you, this is one of those things where you're going to go to this person, you want to be with this person in a romantic sense, but it starts platonically at first and then morphs into romantic a little bit later down the road. And that could be for a variety of reasons. The main one coming up is like obviously if one or both of you are in a different relationship or something, that's kind of the more obvious reason. Maybe it's just, there's that phase of like, let's not jump into this romantically yet. Let's kind of ease into it and get to know each other now. And then, obviously, like both of us want the romantic union. So, that's what we're going for. And I feel like there's a really, really good, it's like you and this person energetically have what it takes to go the distance with each other. If this is romantically. And if this is platonically, it's the same thing. Like this has the potential to be like a lifelong best friend. Um, yeah, this is gonna instantaneously raise your vibration in ways you aren't even fathoming. So if you've been really, because we've got uh, the poison thorn here, which is low vibrations. So if you've been really struggling with trying to like keep your vibration high and focus on the good and attracting what you want and all of that, and it's just really, really hard right now because of this stuck energy. I feel like this is one of those things where it's like you go towards this person and you reconnect with them, and it like brings your spark back. And it could be too, because if you're in that energy where you're like, I think I have a chance for a fresh start with this person, but probably not, like you're thinking that it's most likely going to be a no. And then all of a sudden you go towards this person and you find out it's the opposite and they actually have their eyes on you as well with the, somebody has their eyes on you. Um, just think about what the fuck that's going to do to your vibration. Like that's going to instantaneously launch you into a higher vibration that's sustainable. Um, Yeah, and it's as a result of this deep bond that you have with this person. And then it's just like even talking to this person on a regular basis, like you, and it's mutual. So this is one of those things like you are going to help this person raise their vibration as well. And it's not necessarily that you're like telling each other how to raise your vibration or anything like that. It's just naturally going to happen as a result of you two in in each other's life. So this is a really strong connection. And I am getting for a lot of you, you're being divinely led to this person, and that's part of this reversal. That's part of kind of that divine intervention, that tower moment energy is like the divine is leading you towards this person right now. And there's a reason. And the reason is because it's mutual. Like it's mutual. That card keeps coming up. Somebody, oh, somebody, that is a little bit personal. Okay, for some of you, this prying eyes card, where it's talking about somebody having their eyes on you, it's normally not in a pleasant way. Um, if this person has their eyes on you too, which I feel like they do, even if it's just like energetically, like they're picking up on your energy too. They're getting signs and synchronicities as well. This is a mutual thing that's happening to both of you. Um, that's a positive kind of thing. Like this person looking at you, the person that you're being called to connect with, that person looking at you is a very it's a very loving, supportive, uplifting energy. And same thing with you and them, like you towards them. Like it's very loving. It's very I want to see you win. I want to see you live the life that I know you deserve to live. And I just heard with or without me. So this is an unconditional love that you have with this person. Um which, is coming out more in the romantic sense, but you can have that same kind of feeling with friends too. There is like the thread of energy where this is a romantic person, it is a deep, deep love. It's a deep bond. Um and it's truly unconditional both ways. Um this is really talking about somebody else in your orbit that has their eyes on you, and it's not it doesn't have that same energy. I'll just put it that way. This is a little more, eh, it's a little, it's a little yucky. That's how it feels. For some of you, this is an X that just came through. Um, and then for others of you, this could just be people around you, like people who are silently not wanting you to win. And oftentimes that's coming from their own shit, their own unhealed shit, but it still has the same effect, it's evil eye shit. It's yucky. Um, yeah, I'm really getting an X thread for some of you. So just be mindful of that. Clear and cleanse your energy. You can do a cord cutting with that person if you know who it is. You can just shield your energy and intend that anybody who's sending you ill intentions, it's blocked, it's transmuted. You use it for your highest good, and then what's meant to go back goes back. Um, and that's how I do it anyways. I'm like, well, it's up to the divine. If it's meant to go back and hit them, go back and get them. If it's meant for me to just transmute and alchemize and use for my highest good, then that's what we're gonna do. Um, so I just kind of leave it up into the divine's hands so that I don't get caught in the crosshairs of sending yucky energy back. Because it can be easy to do, especially depending on who it is and your history and everything else. Um, okay. Yeah, for some of you, this is an X because with this is a bittersweet ending. Um, okay. It's talking about representing the bittersweet moment when you know it's time for something good to come to an end, but you'll still miss what you had. Um so yeah, it's really telling you to allow yourself to feel what comes up when you are moving on from something or someone. For some of you, this is directly related to this person who still has their eyes on you. For others of you, this is something completely different. This is like if you need to walk away from, whatever it is, people, places, things, mentalities, lifestyles. It's walking away from something that you spend a lot of time on. You put a lot of energy into at one point, and then you're walking away because it's for your highest good to walk away. But that doesn't mean the human isn't going to feel some grief. That sounded funny. But you know what I mean? Hopefully. And then I am gonna look at this because this does have kind of a yeah. Okay, it can also talk about competition. It can also indicate a very defensive person. So that might help kind of cue you into who has their eye on you in not a great way. Um, there is somebody, and I feel like it's this person that you're being called to reunite with. They do have their eyes on you in some way, whether they're, watching you on social media or, if you see each other on a regular basis, but you're not really communicating or whatever it is. And it could just be energetically. That this person is sending you really good energy, like really loving, healing, positive energy. And then there is somebody else that I'm picking up that is not sending you the best energy. And then it's also talking about yeah, and this does happen. So when we really start tapping into higher vibrations and shining our light and so on and so forth, it it attracts a lot of attention, good and bad. Um so it's just really learning how to protect yourself energetically, how to notice when an environment's draining you, how to notice when certain people are draining you. And not placing blame, just understanding that, "Oh, that's out of alignment now. That's not filling me up," It's draining, it's out of balance. Um, it's just out of alignment, ultimately. Okay, so this one with the reunion card talks about somebody from your past that's seeking you out. So this person could be manifesting you as well. It's interesting though because I'm getting that maybe this person did reach out to you at some point. There's something here where it's like this person is wanting you consciously, like the conscious human level, they are wanting you, they are desiring you, and this connection with you, whatever that looks like. But there's something here where it's like you are the one that's being asked to go towards this person and reconnect. So whatever that is, sometimes, it depends on like maybe it's the way things happened in the past and you're the one that's being called to go towards them and reconcile and reunite. Maybe, if this person did reach out to you and then you didn't respond, then, it's one of those things like you're going to be required to reach out in that situation. This person isn't the type of person that's going to chase you and reach out to you 15 times to try and get your attention and have you be a part of their life. That's not the energy. It's one of those like, hey, I reached out to you. If you want to be a part of my life, you're going to have to respond. It's that kind of energy. And that's actually a good thing. That's a healed kind of place to come from when we're talking this type of dynamic. Okay. 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 For some of you, this is a counterpart. I just gotta say it. Uh, which very much, if you're resonating with that journey, this is yeah. That energy is all over the table here with these cards. Um, okay. That's not for everybody, but it is here. Um, okay. So we've got the let go card, and this is it's really talking about like surrendering. It's really talking about releasing the It's like the energetic attachment to it. And then we've got leadership. So some of you could be being called into a position of leadership as well. Mm. If you're okay, this is a very specific message. If you are a masculine and you're being called to reach out to like your feminine, basically, um, that could be part of what this leadership is talking about because the masculine leads in the relationship. So it's not saying that the masculine leads everything when it comes to life with that person because there's certain situations where the feminine's going to lead, right? So it's not saying that, you're going to lead the entire thing. It's just the masculine in the relationship is more of the initiator and the leader of the relationship. It's just a natural energy dynamic that happens, and it's actually a very healthy, balanced energy when that dynamic shows up, and then the feminine feels safe enough to let the masculine lead. Because that's the thing is, especially in today's society, a lot of masculines and main, it's there is so masculine feminine energy is not a gender specific thing. What I'm getting ready to talk about is kind of gender specific, but not entirely. It's just more of the norm in our society right now. But there's a lot of men who are like, my woman won't let me lead. And then at the same time, it's like, well, does your woman feel safe? Because if the woman doesn't feel safe in the relationship, th- she's naturally going to pull into her masculine energy and lead because she has to. So this is an energy where it's like just naturally your presence. So this is a specific message. Your presence with this feminine softens the feminine because she or he, again, it's not a gender thing, can take that breath and drop those shoulders and actually feel safe in your energy. And again, remember, it's an energy thing. This is something, yeah, I'm getting you have a past with this person. This is something that happened in the past. You just might not know that. But your energy has a naturally protective, containing quality when it comes to this person specifically. And that is just going to be amplified and it's going to continue to amplify in a very positive healthy way as a result of the internal work and so on and so forth and raising your vibration and so on and so forth that's going to happen naturally as a result of you and this person coming together. So this might not be something that happens on day 1, but there is going to be an energy dynamic. Pay attention. Just pay attention, get a little curious about it and watch. You might realize, like, when you go I if you're able to see this person in the physical realm, you might actually literally see this person's body relax when they see you or hug you or just in your presence. Like, you might all of a sudden see them relax. Or it's one of those things like if this person lays on you for a minute and then they kind of nod off, that's a sign of safety. And so that's just it's an energy thing. And this is probably the person that you know, you would ride for no matter what. And then it's interesting because I'm getting like a protective energy with you from this person as well. So and it could be more like this is a dynamic where I'm seeing a situation where if you were all like let's say let's flash forward in the future a little bit. You come together with this person and you lock into a romantic relationship, and then you're hanging out with friends, and then a friend says something to you that's like below the belt. It's a zinger. It's not just a funny haha, it's like a fucking zinger. This is the type of person that would stand up and talk shit to your friend and call him out on it. Like, hey, you're not going to do that in front of me. Like that kind of energy. So there's an edge to this person as well. Um so it really is a beautiful energy. It really is. So this is one of those, yeah, There's things here that you might not fully realize that is going to happen to you and your energy as a result of being around this person. And again, that is how this works. Like, there's a divine reason that that is how this works. There's a reason that this person inspires you to be this version of yourself. And then you are able to let this person access even higher versions of themselves. It's very mutual, it's very reciprocal. Um, okay, so that was more specific for the counterpart thread of energy that I was picking up on. There is this sense of safety and security and softness in like a platonic way as well. So if this is just a platonic friend that you're being called to reconnect with, this is a connection where you could call this person and talk to them about struggles that you're dealing with, and they're going to actually be able to help you through it. And then vice versa. Like, if this person calls you and they're struggling, you would actually be able to help them through it and be that safe place for them, in a friendship way. So this is a really beautiful connection. This really is. Okay, and then we've got stagnation and back to basics. So for some of you, this is actually going to pull you out of stagnation. So if you've been feeling stuck and stagnant, which I'm getting that you have been with the cards that have been out here, if you've been feeling kind of stuck and stagnant, maybe you're not seeing what's next for you beyond this, this reunion or something like that. And you're just not sure, and other things in life are still a little stuck, a little stagnant. The energy shift, yeah, there's confirmation. The energy shift that will take place as a result of reuniting with this person is going to lift this for you. And again, it's not necessarily that this person's doing anything, it's just their presence in your life has an effect on you at a very deep energetic level that is going to help you pull out of that stuck state, stagnant, stale energy. Going to help you see things from different perspectives because your energy is naturally going to lighten and lift as a result of having this person in your life. This is a really powerful connection. This is a very, very powerful soul connection. And then back to basics. This could be talking about going back to basics with this person. Um, and it might be in other areas of life as well. I'm being called to read this one. Give me a second. Doo, doo, doo. Okay, so with this one, with the other card out here, the reunion card, this is talking about reconnecting with somebody from your past, and a fresh start will lead to positive results with this person. It's also, yeah, it's starting from the beginning. So it's, it could be, yeah, and I'm really getting that fresh start energy instead of a second chance energy. It's really like the past is the past. Maybe, of course, probably talk about it, fully reconcile with whatever happened. For some of you, you just lost touch. So there, it's just gonna be like, hey, remember me? Let's hang out sometime and catch up. And then, you go back to basics to get to know them now. Because I'm getting for a lot of you, this is somebody you haven't talked to in quite a while. Um, maybe childhood, maybe adolescence, maybe early adulthood. But it's quite a while in like linear earth time that you haven't really connected with this person. And so it's going to be, there is that energy of like a new beginning, fresh start, getting to know each other again. But there's just like this compatibility with you and this person that is so just natural. It's just so natural. Um, and there's a divine reason for that. All right, let's see if anything else wants to come out. Like there might be another one. Maybe not. Another one. Oh, oh, okay. Not another one, but then I was guided to kind of do the half deck thing again. And we've got seeing the signs. And so this is really, yeah, this is something that's being divinely led right now. So you're seeing signs about this, you're getting synchronicities, maybe you're having dreams about reconnecting with this person. Maybe you're having for those of you where it's a counterpart situation, this is going to be amplified times about a fucking thousand. Um like you're not going to be able to escape this. It's just You can try. You can try all the fuck you want, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You aren't going to be able to run from it or escape. Like, it's not really running from the connection because I don't feel that energy. It's running from the signs. Like, you can fucking try, but you're gonna have to like, you can't even do that. I was gonna say you're gonna have to walk around fucking blindfolded with earplugs in, but that's not even gonna matter because you're gonna get daydreams and dreams and visions and shit. Like, it's you're gonna feel them touch you randomly. Like, there's it is what it is. You cannot run from when you're being guided back to your person. You can't run from the signs. Like, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. And this person's experiencing it too. So just to let you know. Um they're it's the same thing. And then, yeah, you just kind of get to a point where you just accept it. Like, okay, I'm gonna think about this person every single day, and it doesn't matter what the fuck I do. So I'm surrendering to it. And there is that energy again of surrender. With letting go. It's surrendering to what you're being called to do. And it's trusting in the universe. It's trusting in your guidance. It's trusting in yourself. It's trusting in your intuition, and it's trusting in the journey and knowing that the universe isn't going to push you to reconcile with somebody from your past like this unless there is something in the energy that is going to benefit you at this point and also benefit this other person at this point. There's a reason, divine reason, why you are being called to this person. It's just it is what it is. It's a divine connection. You have a soul connection, and then I was going to say soul contract, and so that's part of it too. When you have a soul contract with somebody, um it's guaranteed. It's not guaranteed that it's going to work out, but it's guaranteed that you meet this person, and then it's guaranteed, like, at this point it's one of those, it's inevitable. So kind of just accept it, it is what it is. Like, if you've been getting signs and synchronicities and everything else, this is more for the counterpart energy, but this could be if you're being called to reconcile with somebody from the past that you had a blow up with, and you're like, well, because there's a lot of this, like, don't go back and so on and so forth. And yes, that's true most of the time. But when the divine gets involved and starts bringing you back together with somebody, there's a reason for it, and it's not a karmic-y reason. No, it's not. It's not really a karmic-y reason that you're gonna be called back to somebody, especially a soul family. You're not gonna be called back to somebody at this level of healing and inner work and everything else for just another painful lesson. That's not what this is about. It's not. This is so much more than that. It's because you and this person have stuff that you can do together in this life, and it could have to do with putting you in this position of leadership. And even if it's a friend, it could just be having that support system, having somebody who's a little more like-minded, somebody who's more compatible, who's more understanding, who sees you at that deeper level. That alone is a blessing and can pull you into a higher energy as a result of that, and then really help you to fully step into what the divine is calling you to step into right now, which very well could be a position of leadership, um, in other ways, career, something like that, career or something like that. So yeah. Ultimately, you have a very deep bond with this person. You're being called to reconnect with them for a divine reason. There's so much more here going on than what you're able to fully see, and it's going to have this beautiful effect on your energy where it's just like I'm getting like this lightning effect. Not lightning like a lightning strike, like lightening, like lighter, um, instead of heavier. There we go. Um, but it's that if you've been just dealing with like some heavy energies and just kind of stuck and stagnant, and then you're being called to this person, and then you're just like, oh, but I just don't feel that good, and so on and so forth. The moment you allow yourself to reach out and reconnect, you and this person connecting with each other instantaneously raises both of your vibration. It lightens your energy field for both of you. In that is what is going to help you pull out of stuck, stale, stagnant energy and heighten your vibration just really quickly. This is like a shortcut to interesting. I just heard a shortcut to ascension. Yeah, if you're a counterpart, that is what that is. Um, but even just a soul friend that, and especially I'm getting a lone wolf energy from you. So if you've been walking mostly alone, and it's not saying that you've like truly been alone, it's just that most of your internal journey you've done alone. And in a lot of us, you will be called to go with it and get to know yourself. And there will be kind of that alone phase on the journey. But I'm getting somebody who's like, there's parts of you that you've never shared with another human. And this is the person that you could share those parts of yourself with. In that right there, being truly seen, being truly heard, being truly held, being truly understood, truly supported from a genuine place, that is so it's a divine gift. Whether it's coming in the form of a friend or a business partner or, the full blown everything, life with this person, it's a romantic thing. Regardless of what it is, it's a divine gift. This is the divine attempting to give you a gift, but because of whatever happened, and there's also something here where, and you're not going to see it, but there's something here that is going to change in your energy field as a result of allowing yourself to get the courage to do this. That is going to also have this effect on your energy where it's going to like amp up your confidence in a very in a deep way. And it's not like this is true confidence. This isn't like a cocky energy where you're overcompensating. This is true confidence. It's like it's gonna give you the confidence, like, fuck, I faced my biggest fear. It's that kind of thing. And that could be part of why you're being called to reach out too, is if you have a lot of fear around it, that could be part of why the divine is calling you to do it this way, is so that you can get over that hump, so that you can face that fear, look it dead in the eye and say, fuck you, I'm going anyways. In that alone, the effect that that has when you take that leap and you look fear in the face and say, fuck off, dude, I'm doing this anyways. It does. It has an effect on your confidence it's unshakable. It's an unshakable confidence boost because you did it. It's that energy. So, and that could be part of the reason this person, 'cause it's like this person wants this too, but this person isn't the one that's being guided to reach out. And that could be a big part on why, because if this person reaches out, you aren't going to get the experience of facing that fear and going anyways. And there is something that happens. It's a release, there's healing, there's all sorts of internal things that happen when we do that. And then it's also proving to yourself that you trusted your intuition and then you got a very desirable result. And so that's also going to build your relationship with your intuition on a very, very like big it's in a very big way. It's going to give you an extra boost of confidence of like, oh shit, okay, that's what this was about, that's what my intuition was telling me about, this is why, this is so there's something here about, it's like you going through this process is going to be so much more transformative in other ways that you're not really seeing either. So just remember that too. Like there's a reason, and I get it, and that's why I'm like kind of pushing you a little bit, because I've been in this, and it's not with, well, kind of, but um anyways, um it was more like, me stepping out of the spiritual closet in talking about certain things that are, not as acceptable in society right now, and talking about the system and different things and aliens and all of this stuff. It's easier to talk about it now that we've got disclosure, but you know anyways, and the thing is when you allow yourself to do that and follow your intuition, the confidence boost that you get is very, very profound, and it's something that will be unshakable. Like the more you do this, the more you have this it's just this energy of confidence because you know that you can trust yourself and your intuition 100% of the time. And even if it doesn't go exactly the way you thought it was going to, it's still for you. And in this situation, it's interesting because it's like, I feel like this is one of those things where you're going to allow yourself to do this, and then you're expecting it to go a different way. And what's actually going to happen for you is it goes in that 10% way. It goes in that way where you're like, if I were to reach out and then this were to happen and this were to happen and this were to happen, oh my gosh, that would be like I would be fucking flying. It's like it's gonna go that way, but you're not gonna know that until you allow yourself to do it. So it's like you're being oh, this is really cute. You're being invited to fly, but you're not gonna realize that you're actually flying until you allow yourself to do it. So this is like jumping and then realizing that you can actually fucking fly. I'm not suggesting you go literally do that. Just for the record, CYA and shit. But this is metaphorically, like, this is that, and that's probably part of that energy shift that I'm feeling is, like, you take this leap, you're like, "Fuck it, I just have to know, and maybe it'll go this way, maybe not, so on and so forth," and then all of a sudden you do it, and it goes the way that, like, is, like it seems so good to be true that you're just like, "Ah, I don't know." Like, I don't know if I fully trust it. But man, if it fucking goes that way, oh shit. And then it does go that way. Like, think about what that would do to your energy. Think about that energy shift that you would have. That's why you're being guided to do this, because this is going to um exceed expectations is what I just heard. So this is beautiful. This is the divine attempting to bring you a gift. And it's a multi-layered gift because there's the gift of what happens with your energy as a result of allowing yourself to take this leap. Then there's the gift of like this connection with this person. And then I just heard it's the gift that keeps on giving from that point. And so, and again, it's mutual, it's balanced. So this isn't like an unbalanced dynamic, whether it's platonic or not, or romantic. It's very balanced. But it's just like you two are a gift to each other, and then it's like you two are the gift that keeps on giving to each other, and then you're receiving from each other as well in a very harmonious, balanced way. So whatever this connection is for you, it's very much aligned right now for you. And yeah, you're being asked to just take that leap of faith and trust in it and surrender to the path, surrender to the guidance, surrender to what you're being asked to do with it. And it's okay to kind of fumble through it. So if you're kind of like, well, being in this person's presence does something to where it's just like I might lose my words or I might not be able to formulate a full sentence. It might take me a minute. It's okay. That's okay. Sometimes these soul connections do take your breath away. Sometimes these soul connections do make you kind of because they're so energetic. So and this might be one of those situations, especially if this is a counterpart. I'm really getting this is more for a counterpart, but this could happen in a very deep, like soul friendship too, where it's like you meet up with each other. Maybe you're even just on the phone. Like sometimes these connections, like you're on the phone and you're barely saying anything, but you're having a full fucking conversation. And especially in person, like this is one of those where you're looking at this person, they're looking at you, and you're having a whole fucking conversation and your mouth isn't moving. But with that, it is important to actually communicate some of these things so that so that the human self and the ego self doesn't have a whole lot of room to come in with doubt later on. So that's kind of the little caveat to highly energetic connections is to make sure you are verbalizing some of this, even though it is such an energy connection where it's like you're 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 having a whole conversation just looking at each other for 5 seconds. Um, so yes, okay. Well, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this here. I hope this helps. I hope this resonates. This really was a beautiful reading. I'm really excited for you. Connecting with soul family is always awesome. regardless of the form of connection this is for you. This is really beautiful. This is a gift because of the amount of inner work and things that you have done. So allow yourself to tap into that courage, reach out to this person, reconnect with them. Your vibration is going to thank you. Oh, that was funny. Okay. Anyways, well, yeah, buddy. Alrighty dokie. Well, feel free to let me know in the comments if this resonates. I would love to talk to you about it. You can hit that like button. It does help out the channel. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you would like to see more from me, you can hit subscribe. It is free. I will see you on the next message.